Alright, so we're going to be switching to our next fighter, which is going to be... It's going to be Steve. Now, honestly, I'm not too confident with playing with Steve either, but we can give it our best shot. And I don't know why people say that they should ban Steve because he's broken. I do think Steve does have a unique moveset that's extremely technical, but he's very slow. And so honestly, I'm not really sure about his matchups. That I don't think he's that OP or broken that he should be banned. Like, they also want a hero to be banned as well. But anyway, so we're gonna go south to the Alolan Islands. Again, I'm not too confident with this, but I say why not? Let's give this our best try. Okay, like against Squirtle, for example, Steve doesn't have a good matchup. And that was also unfortunate that just when I input right, the controls flipped. But I guess now to give my thoughts about Steve now, after I ranted about it. So I guess for those who don't really know who Steve is from the indie game Minecraft, which is like a sandbox game where you can really create things. It's like a... I don't want to say Lego for those who are familiar with that, but it really is like a sandbox, build your own, I guess, structures, lifestyle, resources. Like, you have to be really creative with, or you can be really creative in the game. And personally, I never really played Minecraft. Just maybe 1 or 2 sessions in my own time when I was very young. Especially, I wouldn't say it's early builds, but I'll say its current state. I have never played its recent updates and such. Here we go with Alolan Executor. It's a time battle too. But just to kind of wrap up my thoughts about Steve, yeah, Minecraft is really great. I think it's nice to have it represented in Super Smash Bros. And I guess that's about it, but I'm gonna finish this match before continuing talking about the character now. Oh, that was unfortunate. Because yeah, just trying to talk about Steve. Now, as I've said, Steve is quite slow, or is a very technical character in terms of trying to do these challenges especially. He's not really meant to be a damage dealer, because this is what most of these spirit fights are. It's meant to, I suppose, do lots of combos and slowly rack up damage. At least in my opinion, because his kill moves, like his forward smash, down smash, I guess, and especially his up smash, I think that one has a really high damage output. It's you really do need to make a good setup to pull that off. And also, because this is not like a full match, I cannot get Steve's potential early. Because to kind of jump into some of his properties right now, Steve can mine for resources. And for those who play Minecraft or are familiar with Minecraft, the different levels is wood, stone, iron, gold, and then diamond. So getting diamond is a little rare. I forgot the percentage in this game. I think I'll just say out of my top of my head, I'll say, let's just say maybe 12% or less than that. I honestly forgot. But for these kinds of quick battles, Steve, oh wow. So Steve cannot get his full potential by the time you mine for a diamond, upgrade your equipment to diamond, and start doing like decent damage. So I think this, I'm gonna equip the spirit team now, because I can tell with Steve this is gonna be practically impossible within the time I have, so again, that's okay. So there's a lot to unpack about Steve, so I think it's better for you to kind of look up the character introduction direct that Sakurai hosts when Steve was originally announced. But the general, I'll say, playstyle for Steve is... Man, I cannot get out of the ledge. So the general playstyle for Steve is to mine for materials, upgrade your equipment, which you have a sword, an axe, or a pickaxe, sorry. Oh, you also have a axe as well. And your shovel, but you only use the sword, axe, and pickaxe as your main attacks, so... yeah. So, I think I want to concentrate on this spirit fight for a little bit, so I'll continue this train of thought a bit later. Ready? Go! Oh, wow. I also don't know why my input didn't register as going up. Worst case scenario, I can quickly switch back to Min, maybe? But I really do not want to do that. So I think we'll give this our best try. And then I might also just take a quick break and see if I can beat this another time. When I'm ready to really challenge this spirit Yeah, I don't think it's a smart idea to do grabs. So hopefully this final smash does a decent amount of damage at least. I think that did like 20%, so that's not too bad. Okay, it's a good chance to get some damage. Okay, so luckily Owl is able to beat it with Steve. But again, as I've said, I don't know why people think Steve should be banned. It's quite slow. And I'll do that character in a moment. Let's just finish this area first. But now I think I can start again with talking about Steve in this game. So you can see that there's a mine crafting table here. So this is how you upgrade your equipment. Okay. And I don't know if it's worth talking about like the actual inputs, but yeah, once you mine the specific material, most of the time it would use the most strongest material when you craft for your upgrade like this. So that's iron. And the buffer again. But sometimes you don't want to upgrade to diamond, especially when you're at a high percentage and you'll get knocked out. At least in my opinion, because that tends to happen to me a lot. So my general strategy is to get at least the iron equipment as soon as possible, and then on your next stock get the diamond. Okay, Mii Gunner. Get the diamond equipment, because when you get knocked out you do reset back to wood, so it's a bit of a waste to upgrade to a diamond when you might get KO'd like very soon. Yeah, like a 1v1 with Steve is more manageable. Although it's kind of hard to keep up. Yeah, I was trying to upgrade my equipment, but I forgot to have my final smash. So let's see if this will work. Nope, that's okay. Scary that the AI knows how to reflect my attacks. But yeah, so that's what I recommend for Steve, is that you use diamond in either the second stock, or if you're confident in surviving long enough not to waste it. And diamond really does appear quite rare, or it's quite rare. So I think after I lose this fight, I'm going to concentrate again. As I've said, well, I think actually most of the characters in Fighter Pass 2 is very technical. Wow, couldn't even jump over that. Wow, they predicted I will dodge behind them. So yeah, it's gonna be very hard to this. I'm gonna try to concentrate now and see if I can beat this. Now, let's see, I guess. So maybe if I'm lucky, if they have at least 50%, my final smash should get them. I don't know. Like, this is as decently far as I can push them. Let's see. No. I think if I just waited a little bit longer. Like, I think this is doable if I have a really good spacing.
Ready? Go!
Wow. Yeah, let's see if we can push them just close to the edge of the screen. KO them. Okay, this might be it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I'm starting to realize how hard it is to play Steve. I think my personal strategy for playing Steve is in the beginning of the match like this, get a little bit of iron, so then you have the iron equipment ready. And I think for intense matches like this, it's better just to use your, let's say, normal attacks or using the A button a lot. For specials, I think it's just good for like maybe a quick finisher. Because they really are slow to launch. Like, okay, that was unfortunate. So, and if your opponent is quite far away from you, you can also gather material. I am lucky I do have the smash meter too, that hopefully can help me knock out my opponent a bit easier. Because Steve's final smash doesn't do much damage, so maybe as a finisher. Okay, so power level 9,000. We will see how hard this will get. But no one knows how to swim, so I think that's not too bad. Yeah, the thing is that you can't get your iron equipment from the very beginning of the match. You do have to walk away from your crafting table just a little bit. So Luigi fortunately drowned. I don't mean that as a really weird morbid way, but you know, so hopefully we can get Link to drown. You know, not Ben, but Link. You know, this could work like this. Maybe we could even knock him out. And that was pretty lucky. By the end of that, we had a lot of iron, but yeah, if we have pretty decent matchups with Steve, I think it might be feasible to finish this with him. So this is just another exploration to gain some Spirit XP and other items. And now we're up against Shantae. I actually never played a Shantae game before, but I know Shantae is a really beloved character. People really wanted Shantae to be in Smash, but instead we got a Mii costume. A little unfortunate, but at least she had some representation. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, I meant to collect material, but I guess let's just get this out of the way. Pretty sure this is a net loss, but we'll see. We can get a nice hit with my up smash. Or one of my smashes. I think I said this before, that his up smash is pretty good. Once your opponent gets caught in it, it has a really nice knockback and decent KO potential. But obviously if you miss, you're quite vulnerable, so I still think it's a balanced risk and reward. Now, I guess it's not in the World of Light version, I guess, because I know that I have the Shantae Mii costume, and when you have the costumes, okay, turn around, there we go. And when you have the costumes, they would actually change the spirit fight to the Mii fighter. So I'm not sure if they didn't do that for World of Light, because it could affect some of the original programming or something. So I assume it's only for Spirit Board only, if I could recall. But we're gonna give this one more try, or this is the last try until I'll equip a Spirit team. You see, Steve requires a lot of setup. It really is difficult to play as him, at least for this challenge. And then that was my mistake, I admit that. So that's okay, we'll just equip the Spirit now. Yeah, it's really interesting playing Steve in Super Smash Bros. Game. I didn't expect him to be in this game. I think like if another character that was like unexpectedly showcased in this game would be like Freddy Fazbear from the Five Nights at Freddy's series. I think that's like another popular indie game that has gotten a lot of traction these last few years. So in my opinion would be Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft. So if for some reason Freddy Fazbear was in this game, that would be quite a shock to me. But having Minecraft represented is a nice representation for the indie scene. Okay, that should be it. Now I can't tell if that looks low FPS in the recording. From my perspective, it's pretty low FPS. I think that's a funny aesthetic because it's just... The final smash is griefing. You just blow up someone's, I guess, home or someone's monument or something. and it just looks so over exaggerated or just looks so bad. But I mean, that's the point of it. I already ran out of iron. But yeah, see, Steve with crowd control is really hard. Like, I think the easiest way to manage this is to stay on one side and try to pick off one by one. But I guess any other properties I can talk about with Steve is his pickaxe really does a lot of damage, especially his forward smash and back. I mean, forward air and back air. So that's good for knocking people out. And then his axe, like this one, is up tilt and up air, fast and does decent damage, good for combos. Same thing with the sword. And then that's also good that they each have different properties, or I mean, you use different equipment for whichever occasion you're using it. Because as I've said, they do have durability, so it's good to distribute the durability within all your equipment, so it doesn't break on you and you have to go out of your way to craft another one. But this one's probably going to be quite hard for me because you have the special property of the dash, or where dashing does damage or attack. But maybe if I put like the anvil in front of them, it won't be too much of a problem. Didn't have enough iron to make that iron equipment. And I guess the most obvious thing is that Steve can build things, but personally I don't want to build because it kind of just interrupts my flow, and I don't really know much meta about using his blocks. But I know people can do a lot of interesting tech with the blocks, especially going off stage and technically resetting your jumps so you can also recover. This one's gonna be hard. So yeah, we'll see how difficult it'll get to finish this areas with Steve. Oh wow. Yeah, I barely do any damage to the Pikachu, but that is to be expected. But this one seems pretty doable, it's just having Kapu Koko with him. Or sorry, her, technically. So we'll give this maybe like just 2 tries before I just put out a Spirit Team. Because I know this is going to be a lengthy fight. Don't really need to drag it out too much. Yeah, I think for Steve, it's the real technical aspect for him is good placement and positioning. I feel like that, having your anvil plus your up smash could increase your chances of KOing your opponent. I was trying to get a material, I just keep forgetting I have my final smash. Apparently I couldn't air dodge either.
Continue.
I think that's also a big weakness for Steve for this challenge runs. Once you get your final smash, you can't recover more material, so
Ready? Go.
you're kind of in a really bad spot. Okay, well I managed to dodge most of Capu Koko, but unfortunately Pikachu hit me a lot during that engagement. I didn't really actually meant to craft there, but that's alright. So I think another strategy for Steve, or one thing you can do, is using the minecart to drag someone off the stage. See, that was pretty well timed. That wasn't. So that wasn't too bad. Now it's just a matter of outsmarting this AI. Let's see, the axe did a lot of decent damage. Yeah, that would have been a nice hit. But yeah, so if I do this and they just go out the edge, they'll be pretty much done for. So like if the game is merciful, or the AI is being merciful, you can just farm materials. But yeah, it can be pretty difficult. I forgot how to get through this pipe, but we'll probably encounter it sooner than later. Because we are reaching pretty much almost the rest of the map. I think all that's left is the top right.
Ready? Go.
Okay, this is not good. That's funny. Because I usually play with stage hazards off, I didn't know that Steve's mining would take away those blocks. Okay, I think I got both of them, so that should be it. So that was good. Now we're going to be going into this subworld now. I really hope this one is not the one I think it is, but here we go.